Welcome to TESTvaliant's Be Informed series, your gateway to understanding different career paths and how to get to success. Today, we are going to be discovering and understanding in depth one of the most toughest and prestigious exams in India, the UPSC Civil Service Examination. लाखों में लोग ये एग्जाम देना चाहते हैं and हर साल around 10 to 12 lakh students appear for this exam. We are going to be talking to IAS Himanshu Nagpal from 2019 batch, who in his first attempt in 2018 secured AIR 26. He is now the Chief Development Officer of Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, India. Now, what does the career progression of an IAS officer look like? Of course, it depends on the merit, empanelment, available vacancies, and sometimes political factors. However, they all start at the first place, which is LBSNAA. LBSNAA is where an IAS probationer does his training and then goes on to complete his district level field training. Then they are handed over the post of sub-divisional magistrate, which is SDM. And who better to ask and explain about this entire career progression than Himanshu, who is himself going through the same.
You are basically responsible for welfare of 4 to 15 lakh population in your subdivision. And then when you become the chief development officer in Uttar Pradesh, your work purview revolves around you're basically helping in the assistance role for the district magistrate, which is also known as DC or collector in some states. And you have a development orientation to your work. So all the possible departments that are in the district come under the office of CDO, ADC or COZ. For example, PWDM are the roads that you travel on. गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स है, उसके लिए प्राइमरी एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट होता है, हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट पूरा आपके अंडर होता है, यू हैव एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट, यू हैव नरेगा, यू हैव PMAY डिपार्टमेंट, PM आवास डिपार्टमेंट, जिससे all the welfare rules that the government of India, state government, whatever schemes they have that are responsible for welfare of citizens, it's run by you. You oversee them, you monitor them. You have staff of around 50,000 people, which includes all the district level officers, which includes all the block and tehsil level officers, which includes all the grassroots workers also. So you would see in your village or ward, आशा होती है, आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर होती है, प्राइमरी स्कूल के टीचर्स होते हैं, village secretaries होते हैं, all the sanitation workers. So you are in a way monitoring and providing proper guidance and overviewing their work as CDO. And after this office, you become municipal commissioner of some large municipal corporation. In that role, you are responsible for improving the urban amenities of that city. For example, I think you visited Chandigarh. Chandigarh would have its own municipal commissioner. वहाँ की जो sanitation का काम हुआ, वहाँ की जो sewage and water supply का काम हुआ, वहाँ की street lights अच्छे से चले, वहाँ water tax, property tax कैसे collect होगा, वहाँ roads कितने अच्छे से बनी होंगी. अलग-अलग departments की अपनी-अपनी roads होती हैं. PWD controls some roads, municipal corporation controls some roads, and after the office of municipal commissioner, you become the district magistrate or DC or collector. In that role, everything possible like that happens in and around you, you are responsible for almost everything. Your any district would have a population of around 55 to 60 lakhs in Uttar Pradesh. So when you become the DC, you are responsible for welfare of 55 to 60 lakhs of population. And almost every role that you used to play earlier as an IAS officer, as DC, you supervise and oversee their works. You have your own SDMs that you control, that you overview and monitor. You have your CDO that I am presently, I'm answerable to the DM right now, but 3-4 years later, I'll also become a DM. And then you have municipal commissioner that you oversee, you have ADMs, you have BDOs, So all the staff that is in the district is answerable and has to report to the district magistrate. So it's a huge responsibility, and you stay as a DC or DM for around 7-8 years, and then you become divisional commissioner after around 14 to 15 years of services, and then you have 5-6 districts under you as the divisional commissioner. A state is divided into divisions. This UP has 75 districts. These 75 districts are in 18 divisions of UP. Every subdivision has around 4 to 5 districts. Uh, so, as divisional commissioner, you are the supervising authority for all those districts that come under you. So now DMs become answerable to the divisional commissioner, and they report to the chief secretary of the state. And after becoming the divisional commissioner, you stay for around 5 to 6 years as divisional commissioner, and after 20 years of services, you become secretary of some department. As secretary of a department, you are overall in charge of all the activities of that department in the whole state. You make policies for the state. You look after the budget of that department. For example, we'll take health department. Health department in Uttar Pradesh has over 1 lakh crore of budget. As secretary health, you are overseeing all the health officers of the state and that budget. You make policies on how to make this sector better. You look after all the human resources. You look after all the finances. And every 2-3 years, you get transferred to one or the other department. So, as an IAS officer, that's the best part about being in IAS. That one day you're working in health department, you are looking after the whole operations of the health department in the state. Other day you are looking after PWD. Other day you're looking after civil aviation. So it offers you that opportunity where you get to look at multiple sectors and look at largest scale possible. And after you stay the secretary of that department in the state for around 7-8 years, then you move to Government of India. Government of India में there are multiple roles. Joint secretary को बनते हो आप पहले, then you become additional secretary, then you become secretary. As secretary of any department in Government of India, you look after that department's operations for whole of the country. So that's the opportunity this service offers you. For example, Secretary Civil Aviation looks after all the airlines, all the airports, buildings, all the possible matters related to civil aviation for whole country. As Secretary Economic Affairs, you look after the budget of the nation, which is over lakhs of crores. And उससे पहले भी I just want you to know the scale of the work that happens. For example, you become Joint Secretary Banking. As Joint Secretary Banking, after 20 years of being into IAS, as Joint Secretary Banking, you look after and regulate all the banks in the country. So after 20 years, you are at that position where you're managing the operations and policies of all the banking sector of the country. So that's how, in a brief, I try to sum it up how the service is and how you qualified and what's the career upscale that happens.
Wow, that was very thorough. And I think, Jashvi, yes, pretty thorough and pretty detailed. There is much more to come from IAS Himanshu Nagpal, not only about the exam, but also the career path of an IAS officer. Stay tuned and subscribe to the TESTvaliant's official channel so we can provide you with more information regarding different career paths and exams. All the best.